This is Tanaka Rani Chindomu representing Golden Cloud Network, and today we're going to be talking about the value of beauty enhancement, focusing on the multi-million-dollar hair extension industry. Yes, you heard that right, multi-million-dollar. So if you walk down the street in the city of Harare, Johannesburg, Nairobi, Gaborone, Lagos, Accra, wherever you go across the continent of Africa, you'll notice this one thing. You'll notice that most women are wearing hair extensions as opposed to rocking their natural hair. Why is that? This is because hair extensions are now associated as the new beauty standard. For a woman to be deemed attractive, she has to have a certain hair extension styled on her hair. Why is that? Well, it's nature. We like what we like. And hair extensions happen to be something that is liked. That is the reason why it has been embraced to the point where it has become normal. It has become a standard for a working woman or a woman in general to have hair extensions. You see, hair extensions can come in different forms. They can be in the form of wigs, they can be in the form of braids, and they can be styled differently based on the preference of the host. And this has become art to the point where after a woman gets her hair done, she glows like an angel. And when men start to swarm all over her, trying to get her number or something like that. Why? Because it's art. It's a craft. It's a craft that works, and is a craft that serves its purpose of beauty enhancement. So us as Golden Cloud Network, naturally, we're curious. So we started asking questions. Okay, if all these women are getting hair extensions, hey, what about the business side of it? Well, like, who's profiting from all this? So we did a lot of digging, and we found the following information that we're about to share with you, because that's what we're all about, sharing knowledge and experience to facilitate growth and development and to enhance decision making. Right, so this is what we found out. We found out this practice of hair extension started way back, as early as the late 16th century. This is where hair extensions started being worn by people, right? But this was at a very low scale. But in the 1950s, that's when celebrities was spotted wearing hair extensions. But at this time, it was only something that was done by celebrities. But in the 1970s, the hair extension industry boomed at a level that has never been seen before. And up to this day, it keeps growing. Today, it has come to the point where most women have hair extensions, especially those who are working, especially those who are making money. Hair extensions have become sort of like a symbol of status for women. So this is something that is a bit superficial because, the presenter is male, but according to our research, this is deemed to be true. So we started asking, hey, where does this hair come from? How does this business work? Is it just cut off someone's hair and then packed up, or is it processed in some way? So we found out that the top sources of hair extensions in this world are number 1, India, number 2, China, and we heard that in Vietnam they also practice this hair trade business. So what happens in this business, the inner workings, the operations of this business, is that firstly, the first process is the collection or sourcing of this hair. So where does this hair come from? Where does it come from? So we learned that this hair comes from different sources. For example, temples. Yes, you heard that right, temples. So in temples, there's a practice in the Indian culture where women cut off their hair and offer it to a Hindu god. So the people from the temples then collect this hair, these sacrifices made by these various women, and then they source it to the business people who are interested in selling it instead of just throwing the hair away. Number 2, this hair can also be donated the same way that people donate blood. Sometimes we may have too much blood flowing in us. We have blood in excess. So we decide, hey, let's just donate it. So this can be applied to hair also. Someone may just feel, I want to cut my hair, my hair is in excess, I can grow it back. Why not just cut it and donate it? So hair donations are also a primary source of the hair extensions that are then processed. So let's talk about the processing. So firstly, the hair is collected, and once it is collected, the first step is to wash it, because who knows how that person that donated their hair was taking care of their hair. So at first, the hair is washed. It's washed to remove oils, dirt, and other impurities, to make sure that it is pure to the point that it won't cause any health hazards to the person that receives the hair. So after the hair is washed, it is then processed. So the processing depends on the desired end product. If we're trying to make wigs, then certain processes such as weaving takes place, so as to put the necessary structures onto this hair so that they can be received and worn by another person. So with weaves, you see that there may be nets, on the weaves that make sure that the hair fits well on the head of the host. So that's part of the processing of the hair. Front laces, some hair extensions have front laces and other different attributes of these hair extensions that are necessary for the host to wear it fashionably, comfortably, and conveniently. So after the hair is processed, so that's for wigs and other forms of hair extensions. But with braids are usually single strands that are just bundled together and are bulked up to form what are known as braids. So after the hair is processed, it is then packed and it is then distributed across the market. And guess what? Africa is a big market for the hair extension industry, because hey, since this is our new beauty standards, and when a lot of women are now working these days and they can afford to buy their own, and even if they're not working, they have husbands that are working or family members that are working, that they can probably skim off some money from to buy these hair extensions, because everyone wants to wear them. It is fashionable, it is trendy, and it has become a standard. It has become a culture. So this is fascinating facts about the hair extension industry, the hair trade, the business of beauty enhancement. And this business does not just apply when it comes to hair. It has expanded to cosmetics, where makeup is something that is slowly finding its way to the mountain that the hair extension industry is at. A multi-million-dollar industry, and some are even making billions if they're structured well. So this is briefly the hair beauty, the value of beauty enhancement, and the multi-million-dollar hair extension industry. Because imagine this: 1 billion population, Africa. More than half of that are women. Let's say some are young women. So let's say maybe a quarter of that half is, adult women who can afford that. So these are millions. These are at least 100 million people who could buy and wear hair extensions. And if one hair extension, if one pack is going for $1, that's $100 million that can be made annually. These are just rough figures that we're playing with to try and paint a picture, to try and prove a point of the value of beauty enhancement and the hair extension industry. So let's leave it at that. Let's give us time to digest, and we'll pick up back where we left off and see what we can uncover more. This is Tanaka Ronnie Shinomu representing Golden Cloud Network. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.